get started with our final stretch of day one with Kevin Kubota and his lightweight location lighting. But we have a couple prizes that we need to give away first. So the first prize is going to be a triple scoop music plus the Kevin Kubota collection. Oh, you have your own triple scoop music collection.
Hey.
Nice. Tell us about your songs.
Well, they go come like this. The hills are alive. That's the first song. And then the second one... No.
Sold. Okay,
it's just a collection of music that they have that I picked out that is great for like weddings. So
cool.
Kind of start to finish, from party music to romantic music to theme music. So I kind of went through and picked out like my favorites that would fit wedding slideshows and kind of put a collection together.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're giving away that plus the lighting notebook.
Yeah.
By Mr. Kevin Kubota. Can you tell us about that?
That's my book that we put together over the course of a little over a year. 101 different lighting scenarios, kind of like what we're doing here. All types of stuff, all over the place, all different scenarios, each one documented, lighting diagrams and background information, and just a ton of information in a book.
Very cool. All right, well, this is a big prize. This is a $440 value. And the winner of this prize is Yadid Farod. He is from, or he or she is from Toronto, and their Twitter handle is PharoPhoto. And the quote was, "Create a story in your photography, let your lights tell the story."
That's right.
It's a very cool quote.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yay. We have one more to give away.
And our final prize for the day is a LensBaby Composer Pro with Suite 35. You want to talk about that for a moment? I mean, I know we talked about him a little bit, but...
Yeah, the LensBaby Composer Pro, we were actually talking about that on the break a little bit too, is this part of the body, the lower part here, if we can see there, is the Composer Pro. And the cool thing about these is the lens optics are interchangeable. So I was using the Edge 80, and they have one called a Suite 35, which is a nice little 35 millimeter. This is about an 80 millimeter. And so yeah, several different options, and that's really cool.
Excellent. So, the winner of that fantastic prize is Ricky Blanco from Richmond, Virginia, whose Twitter handle is Ricky Blanco VA. The quote is, "Don't get crazy with gear. Use what you have to do great work." So, congratulations, Ricky. Thank you so much to LensBaby, Triple Scoop, Kevin. Thank you all for those amazing prizes, and everyone else today as well. We will have more throughout the next 2 days, so don't stop tweeting. And we will now turn it back over to the final section.
Don't stop believing.
Can't sing that much more.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have to pay.
That was a song I wrote myself. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do now to kind of finish it up, we're going to start playing with more flash. We started off simple flash lights, natural light, and we're going to start introducing more flash now because tomorrow we're going to really start using more of our off-camera lighting flash equipment to do a variety of scenes. So one of the things that we want to talk about, and let's bring up, Kendra, you can come up to start with us for here, is, remember earlier we talked about the existing light can be your fill light, right? So go ahead and have a seat, Kendra, on the blue chair. And we have some fairly decent just window light coming in right now, and it's pretty flat. If we're looking directly at her, you can kind of turn your legs that way. There we go. And you can just drape your shawl over your leg, that's fine. If we look at her face, come look right towards me, Kendra. Can we see this on that camera there? So the light is just pretty flat. It's a nice, soft, okay light. But safety lighting, what we were talking about earlier, is I could shoot this as it is, and it'd be okay. You know, if I basically just wanted to get just her face in there. And we'll go ahead and shoot this at, I'll say 1.4, so that I can really soften up my background. And we're going to... There's the thing in the back that's kicking out. Let's do this for fun. We're going to have something coming out of the top of her head, but that's right. And so the existing light is fine. That could work. We totally have a nice existing light, but it is sort of flat. But the great thing is that in safety lighting, if my flash didn't go off and I was stuck with this, it'd be all right. Be fine. So if you're not used to using off-camera flash, then this is a great way to start adding it in until you become real comfortable with it, and then you can depend on it 100%. Know what I mean, jelly beans? Okay? So that's our base image. We're going to turn this into that being the fill light when we add some flash. So we're going to darken down our exposure about a stop, all right, so that this fill light is a little lower, and then add in a flash here. And then I'm thinking we probably need a little kicker around the edge, maybe the top of our head. Maybe we'll add that in with the rogue grid after that. So we'll start with that. And Alicia, we can let that down for a minute and come here and turn this one on and move it around for me if you would, please. All right, so I'm going to turn on my flash. And I'm using, again, the Pocket Wizard. This is the Flex TT1, TT5 combination. And this allows me to control the power of that light from right here on camera. And I'm going to start with it dialed down quite a bit. And that's pretty... What I want to do is to take my exposure that I have on here, drop it down about a stop. Right? So from what I had before, I'm going to drop it down one stop, my ambient, and then I'm going to balance it out by throwing in enough flash. So right now I just set my flash to down about, I think we're about 6 stops down from full power. Right? And I'm going to start with that to see what we get. And then we'll adjust from there. All right, here we go. Nice little smile over there. Keep looking back. Did that flash go off? I forgot to even check, do a test fire. Oh, we did go off. We forgot to do a little test on that. Bring it down. Okay, that's it. That's on channel A, right? Yep. Okay. So let's do a little test. Okay, pull that back just a little bit. And we can dial that just a little bit there. All right. And we'll do a little test. Hopefully my flash actually went down. Okay, there it went down. So what we're trying to do now is to get to a point where that flash takes over, adds a nice directional light, and blends in with the background. And the background's looking about where I want it now. So I've got I'm on f1.4. My background is down about a stop from a normal exposure, right? Because I want it to be kind of dark and kind of moody. This is a little bit brighter than I want, so I can adjust by either changing the exposure here on my controller, or let's move it back a little bit further. So I'm going to actually go here and change one little setting on that. Make sure I'm the right channel. And I'm going to adjust this flash manually, because the thing with the Flex is it only goes down 6 stops. My flash actually can adjust further than that when it's in manual mode. So I'm going to switch it to manual because I need a lot less power. I need actually 64.
Or closer, I mean.
Right there. Yeah, so we can pull back a little closer. Test fire it. So working. It's triggering. Okay, not quite as close, at least just a little bit further back. All right, here we go, doll, looking beautiful. And turn your chin towards this light, looking up at that thing just a little bit. Let's see before we get going too far. There we go, just right. Nice. Kind of lean onto your elbow and give me kind of a little sassy, like, hello. Yes, nice. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So this one and the one before is a nice illustration of adding that light. Light, so keep your body that way, face that way, beautiful. And now you can just smile at light like it's the cutest guy you ever did saw, right there, beautiful, great smile. Okay, beautiful smile, looks good. And we've got some nice shaping going on. Okay, so what we did was basically just by one little flash, and this is at very minimum power, 1/28. Is that what we're set at, Alicia? 1/128 power. So you barely need anything here to kick it in to match with what's going on there and change that flat lighting to something with some nice dimension to it and some real sparkle to it and more of a mood. By being able to darken that background down a stop, we created something more moody. But now we want to build in, we want to add a little bit of Hollywood to it. So we need a little glow right along this edge here, right here with an edge light. And that's going to help a lot. So we have our second speed light on a rogue grid. And we put a sticky filter in there. Is that right, Alicia? Which one did we put in there?
Warm.
So we put a warm tungsten sticky filter to make that look like the lamp light that's already there. That warm light in the background. I want to emulate that and make it look like that's just kind of glowing on her, around her head. Is that C2? Channel C, C2?
I think you put it on C1.
Put on C2.
Yep, C2.
What's the power setting on that?
We are at, we're on TTL. Did you want to switch to manual?
Yeah, let's put on manual and go to 8th power.
Okay.
So we're going to eyeball that light, 8th
Okay.
power, see where it's at. It may be just right. Maybe we've got to tweak it a
Kendra,
little bit.
is that pointed at the back of your head? Like that? How's that?
It's got to go up. What grid do you have in there?
2 of the white ones.
Angle it up. That's going to be too tight a grid, but let's try it. Yeah, let's try that. That's
Okay.
good. All right, here we go. Very nice. Alicia, you're going to have to scoot just a wee little bit out of the shot there. Okay,
How's that?
beautiful. Awesome. And I may even want you looking towards the light, but we'll see here. Ooh, there we go. Gorgeous. Okay, so here's our nice little kicker light right along the edge. Makes her pop out. Even looking straight on, we got beautiful shaping, shadows when we have a directional light coming in there. So didn't take a whole lot to change the Hollywood feel, the nice feel of that, to even more glamorous by just adding that warm amber light on the top of her hair. It also brings out the color in her hair a lot more. Okay, so let's have you kind of looking that way again and doing something sassy on the side of here. Again, leaning there, a little thing. Don't push too hard on your face. That's great. And a little smile as you look up towards the light. Little chin to the right just a little bit. Kind of tilt your head back and look up at that light there. Cute. That's good. Okay, good. One more here. I think it's not burning out any of the highlights, so that 1/8 of a, we're at 1/8 of a power? Yep. We're at 1/8 power is actually just about right. But if you were to look at that and say, if this was burning out, then we just drop it down a stop, drop it down a stop and a half, whatever we need to do, and you've got it going on. So right there, I think we'll work a few more variations of that pose, but that would be all set. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Specifically, you're talking about dropping down the light.
The power of the light.
The power of the light, not
Power
okay.
of the speed light, yep. So where it's aiming is just about right. It's hitting her there on the hair, a little bit falling on her arms, which is exactly what I wanted, and bringing down the power. If that highlight on her hair where it's kind of golden was blown out, where there's no detail, I'd bring it down. But as it is now, I think it's just about right for what I'm looking for. Okay? So let's just play with the poses, kind of the angles, kind of come this way, Sydney. We'll try some, that way. Oops, I called you Sydney. You're not Sydney. Sorry. There we go. That looks great. And try to swivel your hips that way in the chair, and then kind of bring your chin up over your shoulder. It's kind of sassy there. I like that. Yeah. And I'm going to come in right up here. And you can look right at me for this one right here. Beautiful. Cute. Okay. All right. Let's work this in for a couple of little close-up ones. And again, let's shift you around a little bit on that chair. Kind of move and kind of lean towards this elbow just a little bit. Okay. And we're going to go kind of really close in. Turn your chin slightly this way. There. Beautiful. Chin up just ever a little bit. Okay. Good. Beautiful. Double shot. I'm out of control. There we go. They can't hear the roosters. It's only in my head. Remember? Okay, beautiful. All right, so we got great shaping light coming from here, shadow side of her face slightly, about a 3 to 1-ish ratio. The highlight's not burnt out. And the shapes and the out of focus background is what I really love, be able to shoot at 1:4, keeping her eyes razor sharp, but everything else nice and shallow. And that really means that you can shoot anywhere, no matter what you've got in the background, can become a perfect background. It's just a matter of shapes and shadows and colors, okay? So let's switch this up a little bit right now and put a different light source. So we can grab that down, Alicia, and we're going to switch. So why don't we have Sydney come in. Don't go too far because we're going